You know, Bola Tinubu is the current president of Nigeria, and according to a very well-placed source, he's got a very special surprise for none other than the former royal, the cable TV actress herself, Meghan Markle, ahead of her forthcoming visit. Official in her eyes, of course, unofficial to the rest of the world. As ever, let me explain. Hi, nice to see you. You're right today. By the way, we all agree, don't we, how shall we say, punishment should be brought back into schools. I'm glad I could see that you were all a bit naughty. I sensed that. Yes. It's strange, isn't it, to think that only a few years ago, just the mere mention of the cane brought into the classroom could make a whole class literally behave. And nowadays, you know, what are they bringing in? Machetes and knives and stuff like that. And the poor teacher's got to try and work around that. Also, I meant to mention, can you imagine it being a teacher today and having to battle kids getting their phones out mid-lesson? Oh, it wouldn't do for me, you know. No, you can imagine I wouldn't be a soft touch, can't you? Absolutely. Back as ever to your royal story of the day. We'll have a quick wave, you're right. Yes, thank you. Now, this is going to be really interesting in itself because picture the scene. If you are Meghan Markle, we did realise, of course, and we found out that she thought, at least at some point, that she could become Queen, even part-time, sharing Queen, alongside Catherine, Princess of Wales. After all, her popularity was, well, and just brilliant, wasn't it? The world loved her. Harry pointed that out when they returned back on that ITV jaunt to Africa, where he said nobody pointed out just what a great job he and Meghan had done. Well, seemingly it wasn't too much of a great job because she fell out with everybody and staff decided to leave. So it depends on which way you look at it being a good job. But Harry's never been, of course, the brightest bulb looking at the bigger picture. But I've been told that Meghan's dream of becoming a princess soon may become a reality on this forthcoming Nigerian trip. You see, what they really want to do in Nigeria is literally hold up the remnants, the crumbling bits of stardust over from, of course, Prince Harry's Royal Association. And Meghan is set to lap this up, there's no two ways about it. So much so that they could even make her an honorary princess. This is all to do with her 43% heritage of being Nigerian. Forget Maltese, she's moved on. And probably next week she could be Welsh, who knows? This is Meghan fitting in wherever she feels it can be. Of course, they're not going to just be crumbling so easily, so publicly. At some point, I've been told that some sort of documentation to verify this alleged association to Nigeria would need to be verified. That could be tricky, couldn't it? Because as she pointed out in the Archetypes interview, she'd been looking into it. Well, you know, we can all look into things on the internet. It doesn't necessarily mean you're related to Jack Palance, does it? Or Humphrey Bogart. You know, a tenuous link doesn't mean 43%. She must have more credible proof. I'm sure you'll agree. But back to Meghan being a princess. As we all know, if they stripped the title, she could have the title, of course, of Princess Henry. And a lot of people want the title stripped, but, you know, careful what you wish for. And apparently, according to Meghan and her team themselves, people in America and across the world already see her as the ideal princess. Another slight dig, of course, to Catherine, the Princess of Wales. But it could be Nigeria wanting to get as much publicity as possible that could give her this honorary opportunity. Now, truly, do you think Meghan would turn down the opportunity to become an honorary princess in the middle of Nigeria with people all applauding her, clapping her and putting flowers round her neck? What do you think? And this particular president seemingly is quite up for the idea. He, of course, is a busy man himself, been married a couple of times, 6 children, and very apparently accommodating. You get the picture. Neil Sean in the very heart of Yorkshire.